This is a video for Bonnie Stett. Bon. She keeps climbing up the ladder, mate. We finished first 4-star short at the Carolina International, and she was absolutely brilliant in all three phases. She was green in all three phases, but sort of what you'd expect. She's been training really, really well since being back at the farm here in Pennsylvania. Had some good training. Eric DeVander flew up and gave me some cross-country help last week. Then Peter Wild was here. He flew up as well on Tuesday, helped us in the show jumping. So we've been working really, really hard at getting Lulu up to par, and we're basically at the top of the sport now, Bon. We're at the 4-star level, and we really needed to go to this event to have her qualified for a major spring goal, which is the 4-star long at Tryon. And she was very, very good. And we got there the day before, and it makes a huge difference at these premier events when we actually arrive a little bit early. And I gave her a ride on Wednesday afternoon, and then I hopped up early on Thursday morning, gave her another ride before the dressage. So she'd actually had 2 flat work training sessions before this dressage test, and she's a good girl. I mean, she was hot. She got a little bit hot and fiery in the canter work, but we scored a 33, which 2 proper judges. They're 2 proper FEI judges, so it was great. The flying changes are still a bit all over the shop, but as you saw with the trot work there, Bon, it was it's pretty good. She when she gets sort of excited now, she's at least moving bigger. And this the walk here, this is the hardest part of the dressage for Lulu. She can't wait to get to the other end of the ring. The biggest challenge this weekend, well, my biggest goal was sort of just completing it. And when I walked the cross-country course on Thursday, I thought, holy moly, we're in a bit over our head here, but she was so good. You'll see a lot of the cross-country round on the video today, and she was brave, she was bold, and she was so good. I was thrilled with her. I didn't go too fast on her. I was more just sort of hoping to get around unscathed. And she impressed me. She definitely wasn't my hardest ride. So these canter half past Bonnie, they're a little bit. That one was okay. The next one you'll see we start going a little bit crooked. Anyway, we got her back to Pennsylvania last night, and she looks good and happy and healthy out in the field. And our next competition's going to be in, I think, 4 weeks' time. We're going to take on the advanced horse trial at Fair Hill, which will be another big, tough test. So that flying change needs a bit of work. And then about here, she starts getting a little bit hot and excited. It felt worse than it looks. But anyway, the part of her excitement or nerves, I think, in the dressage is she still doesn't quite understand, the canter half past and the flying changes. And I think once she gets acclimatized to it, you'll find that she settles right down in the dressage. At the moment, she sort of gets a bit frantic and a bit, whoa, what's happening, and legs going everywhere. So she basically needs to do 10,000 more half pass and 20,000 more flying changes, and she should be fine. Saying that, score of 33 in our first 4-star short is pretty impressive. Now, this is the show jumping, and she is awesome. It was a quality field. Some of the best horses in the country were in the 4-star short, and the clear rate in the whole field was only 8 clear rounds, so only 20% of the field went clear. And Miss Lulu not only jumped clear, but she jumped well. She was careful, good shape, good balance, good pace around the course. Peter Wild was there helping me warm up, and she was spectacular. Right from the get-go, Bonnie, she's just been a great jumper. And it goes to show you start off with a good jumper and they stay a good jumper. And she's just naturally careful. And scopy. Like, she used to have a bit of a short, choppy stride. Now I'm getting across the distances without having to chase her. Which is pretty cool. So in the cross country, you'll see in a minute, I went around just not too slow, but I definitely didn't push her for the speed. I was more just trying to keep her confident. We went all the direct ways, and she jumped well. She definitely felt a little bit green. You could feel it with the way she went. She was a little bit whoa especially towards the end of the course, but she was a good girl and she tried very, very hard the whole way around. Whoop. So she's just brilliant, Bonnie. Brilliant jumper. And she's just hitting her prime now. So obviously the cross country was a challenge. The ground was good though. They had plenty of rain the night before, so the turf there was very good. And Lulu impressed me. I thought she'd be more nervous, and it was exactly a year ago that we were having trouble at the intermediate level, and now she's ripping around the advanced or the 4 stars clear and making it look good. So we'll give her a bit of an easy week this week, Bonnie, and then slowly build her up as we take on the advanced at Fair Hill, which will be another big challenge. And then 3 weeks after that's the Tryon 4-star long. So this was either 3 strides or 4 strides, and Lulu roared across there in 3. In our first advanced horse trial at Pine Top, I actually added strides between the big jumps. And this weekend at the 4-star short at Carolina, I tried to do the conventional distance, which I think is that she needs to learn to do that. She needs to be brave and bold and get across these lines on the forward stride. I think we were about 30 or 40 seconds over the time. I do think she's fast enough. I just made a decision not to sprint her. You can see there as we're galloping along, I'm not really pressing her. Now, this is a bloody tough coffin, and she's struggled at these coffins before, and she was perfect through here. I gave her a little slap on the shoulder there. So yeah, like I said, mate, I didn't sprint her or, I think these first couple big events, we're just trying to get around and keep her confident. And I think eventually, obviously, we want to make the time and really go for it. But at the moment, I'm just trying to do everything I can to give her a good experience around these monster tracks. I mean, this was tougher. Big right corner, bending turn to a big left corner, and she did it well. So anyway, we're back in Pennsylvania. Good thing is the conditions are pretty good here, Bonnie, and we're starting to get her on the gallops on the long hills and putting a bit of fitness into her, and get her all primed up for Fair Hill in a couple of weeks. She's a little green here, but she dug deep for me. I can't tell you how impressed I am with her, Bonnie. She's exceeding my expectations.